everyone, and welcome to the second edition of Crunch Time with Katelin. In this edition, I will be chatting about the Cleveland Cavaliers and the potential deals that may go down during the trading deadline. So, I'm looking at Hoops Hype right now, and there's a whole list of guys that the Cavs have been, interested in. Guys like Ben McLemore from the Sacramento Kings, which would be interesting because we could have taken him first overall in the 2013 draft where we took Anthony Bennett. Oh my goodness. Right, memory lane. There's also a few other guys. Trevor Ariza, who's in Houston. He's basically a 3-and-D type guy, spot-up shooter. Is still a above-average defender. Kyle Korver, we all know how deadly of a shooter he is. He's probably in the top 5 of shooters. And if the Cavs could get him, just think they have Kyle Korver, J.R. Smith, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and LeBron. Just think of that lineup. There probably might not be a lot of defense in that lineup, but hell, you could just spread the floor, which I guess would be a bad thing because Kevin Love. Or maybe that would force Kevin Love to play more inside and, feed him the ball down low. And then, set a back pick for Kyle Korver or J.R. Smith. And then, it would force the defender to pick who they wanted to, guard, basically. Joe Johnson might get bought out by the Brooklyn Nets. And the Cavs, if he's bought out, it looks like the Cavs would pick him up for the vet minimum. And this is all per Hoops Hype via Cleveland's Plain Dealer. Let's see what else. Guys like Jared Dudley from the Wizards. What's his name? PJ Tucker from the Phoenix Suns. The Cavs could, I did hear about if they were involved in a Ben McLemore trade, they could get Costa Koufis also. The only thing is, I think they're both making around, I believe, in total it'd be $13 million. So if we would trade someone we could trade possibly Timofey Mozgov and still use the Brendan Haywood trade exception, which I think that would equal about $16 million. My math is right. So, there are some options that Cleveland Cavaliers could potentially, sort out. It's just interesting. I don't think Markieff Morris, I wouldn't want him on my team. I don't know if you guys seen on ESPN or whatever. He got in a fight with one of his teammates last night during the Phoenix Sun, who did they face? Golden State Warriors. And he choked him out on the bench. So I would stay as far away as I can from him. Rudy Gay might be another player. It seems like the Sacramento Kings are just going to sell and try to create cap room, I guess. I think Rudy Gay has this is his last year of his contract, and I think he's making $21 million, which is crazy to think. But when he signed his deal with, I think it was the Toronto Raptors, or it was either Toronto or when he signed long-term with Memphis and then got traded to the Raptors, and then he was traded to the Kings, something in there. So, there are some guys, but with the East, so, there's about, 5 teams that could possibly get from the 6th seed to the, 10th seed. It'll definitely be interesting who's buyers and who's sellers. Not Phoenix. Phoenix would be one of them, but I don't think the 76ers are going to, sort out a trade, because they all only have young pieces. and the Cavs don't have really a lot of assets to trade. Um, we have Timofey, we have some, Mo Williams, we have the trade exceptions, we have the second round pick we took this year, and then I believe we have the first round picks in 2018, 20, 21, and 22. Like, that's it. So it's definitely be interesting what the Cavs can, deal with. That's why I think, if Joe Johnson is bought out, that would be the most ideal thing for Cleveland. Because all they would have to do is convince Joe Johnson to, sign with the Cavs instead of, whatever other team he would sign with. But if you want someone long term, someone like Ben McLemore, who is this last year of his contract, and he is a restricted free agent, but it's it'll definitely be interesting because the cap would go up. Again, a lot of things in play. So this is the end of the second edition of Crunch Time with Katelin. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. Follow me on Twitter. The description will be below. The link to the hoop site will be in the description below also. Thank you, and see you later. Everything ain't about you all the time. You talk when you're walking and you talk when you sleep. You'll never hear this song 'cause you'll be talking. Probably talk when you're dead.